Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome back to Eldritch Horror, Nephren-Ka, turn 3. Alright, where we're up to? Well, we're going to change our first player. Our first player is going to be Harvey, and Harvey's here in London. After him, it's going to be Samson. Samson is over here at Cairo with the always nice Wraith. After Samson, it'll be Joe Diamond, and Joe Diamond is here with Harvey in London. And our final player in that case will be Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack's also over on the sideboard, and he is at the Bent Pyramid. Alright then, let's crack on with the action phase. And here we are with Harvey. What's Harvey going to do? Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to rest. One, we want to get rid of the amnesia condition because we don't want it. Two, we'll get that clue back off that mythos card. And three, that clue means we can use it in trading. Okay, so he does his rest action. Let's have a look at the amnesia condition. When you perform a rest action, you may roll one die. So we need a 5 or a 6. So put that there, and let's move that in as well. Yes, 6. Good lad. So we can discard that now. Got rid of it. And he gets his clue back. Ooh. Gets his clue back. Coolness. Right, so he's done his rest action. What's he going to do next? Oh yes, he's going to do his normal thing that he does with, oh, we've got to get rid of amnesia. Put that back up here. It's a madness condition. Cool. Right, he's going to do his usual thing with Joe. Give him a little pep talk. The only skill he can improve is strength. So he's going to increase his strength, and while he's doing that, triggers Joe's passive. Let's pick these up. So there's his strength. That triggers Joe's passive, and he's going to improve another skill, and he's chosen to improve influence. So there we go. Right, that's it for Harvey's action phase. Let's move on to Samson. And here's Hank at Cairo. He's not moving from Cairo. We've got to finish this Wraith off. So what's he going to do? Well, what I missed last time is obviously we've got this little ship path, and he's actually on a city space. So that means he can actually take a ship ticket. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to take his ship ticket. And the other thing he's going to do is he is going to take a focus. Put that. He's now got one focus and one ship ticket. Next. Well, those are his two actions. So next in the action phase, we will be going back to Joe Diamond, and he's in London. And here we are back with Joe. Okay, what's Joe going to do? Well, I think the first thing Joe's going to do is he's going to get himself a ship ticket. So there we go, there's his ship ticket. Now we were planning to send him directly to the pyramids at this point, but we've had a bit of a chat in the comments, and well, he needs some stuff and he needs some clues. Fortunately, Harvey got his clue back, so what he's going to do trading with Harvey. First thing he's going to obviously trade is that clue. So he's now got a clue as well as a ship ticket. We're also going to trade the ancient tome and clairvoyance. The reason for that is he's got better law now. He has better law than Harvey now. He's not blessed, but he does have better law, and hopefully he won't be cursed. at the end of the... after, hopefully, Hank kills that bloody wraith. So we'll put those over here. And what I also think, I think he will also trade Henry Wilcox. The reason for that is, I think... no, he's not actually. He's not. No, we'll leave Henry Wilcox with Harvey. I was thinking that Joe would probably be getting to the pyramids a bit earlier than Harvey and would be able to pass that on to Hank. But having a think about it, I think we need to get Harvey to the pyramids as well. The reason being is we need 4 clues on that mystery. And we're going to pretty much need 2 investigators to start doing that. Otherwise it'll take us 4 turns and that's too long. So they can both travel down together, why not? Right. Okay, so that's it for Joe. He's got his ship ticket and he's done a trade action, so that's funky. Where's he up to? Yeah, just an update on where his skills are. He's got 4 law, he's got 4 influence now, 5 observation with the private investigator, 3 strength and 4 will. So he's all skilled up. Cool, right. Okay, next up, it's back to the Egypt board and Monterey Jack. And here we are with Monterey. What he's going to do is, first of all, he's going to use the local paths. He's going to use this local path to get to the pyramids. So essentially he's on the pyramid spot on the main board. From what he's going to do from here is he is going to use a travel action. He's going to use a travel action to go to Rome. So let's get to the main board. Here's Monty at the pyramids. And there's that travel action to Rome. Now he's in Rome, he's going to use his second action. And like pretty much everybody else this turn, he's getting himself a ship ticket. So that's the end of the action phase. Let's move on to the encounter phase. And here we are in the encounter phase, and it's Harvey, and Harvey's in London. So let's get the Europe deck, the orange deck, and see if you can spawn a clue token. London. The SIS detain you on charges of espionage and interrogate you at length. Test will. Oh dear. His will's 3, but he's still blessed. And he gets a 5 and passes. Immense. Focus. If you pass, you pick up some information they let slip, and they encourage you to leave England. Spawn 1 clue and gain 1 ship ticket. Woo! But we only spawn the clue. We don't actually get. We don't actually get one given us. But we do get a ship ticket, which saves us an action next turn. As I mentioned, we are looking to get into the pyramids, so that has saved us an action. We've got to spawn a clue. Hopefully it'll turn up somewhere useful. It is Alexandria. Cool. That'll do. Excellent stuff. Right, so that was a good encounter. Well done, Harvey. Next encounter. Oh, it's a big one. It's Hank. Let's see if we can do for that wraith. Here we are with Hank. So, doesn't need to do any will test. It's just a straight strength test. He's using his sledgehammer. He's got +1 strength off it, which gives him 5 strength, +2 for the combat encounter. So that is going to be 7 dice, -1, he's got 6 dice. Come on, Hank. And he gets 2 successes. Woo! 2's what he needs to avoid getting any health off him. We only needed 1 to actually kill it, so that's good. So this goes back in the bag. Excellent stuff. Well done, that man. We get to remove a curse condition off any investigator we choose. Obviously, we're going to take it off poor old Joe. So Joe is no longer cursed. So get rid of that. Put that back up here. It's going to plan. Now he's killed that monster, it means he can have an encounter, and he's going to obviously try and shut this gate if he possibly can. So let's get the gate deck. Find where to put it. Right. So get it the right way up. And he's going to Lost Carcosa. Staring out at the cloudy water of Lake Halley, you are horrified to see the entire lake rippling, as if something at the bottom is about to surface. You are seized by a terrible panic that paralyses you. That wouldn't happen to bloody Hank, he's fearless. But he's got to do a will test. So let's check his will. His will's 3. He does have a focus. Oh, he is fearless, look at that. Don't bother me with rippling lakes. I'm looking for my power. Right. So it's passed. Go to the pass condition. Through sheer will, you force yourself to run towards the door you entered through. You find the doorway has been replaced by a blank wall. You try to recall an incantation from your studies that will open a lost portal. Test law. Oh! That is not his strong suit. I'm going to pick up one of them 6s. So he's got 1. But he does have a focus. Oh, a 4. Right, he's going to spend that focus. 6! Yes! Do it! Do it! Mustang! What's it? Has he closed the gate? If you pass, close this gate. Woohoo! Excellent. Well done, lad. Bloody... Whew. 1 dice. It has cost him his focus. But never mind. Well done, son. And we close that gate. Brilliant. Nice. Put that on the bottom of the stack, face up. Okay. Oh no, we'll put it down here. Right. Well done, Hank. Brilliant stuff. Next, we have Joe Diamond, and he's up at London. And here we are with Joe. Right, what we're going to do with Joe is we're not going to use clairvoyance. The only reason we're not using clairvoyance is because he is on London. So, he might be able to get a clue from London without losing any sanity. I don't think he's going to get 3 successes. If you remember, we saw the flip side of clairvoyance, and he'd be spending a sanity. He's got plenty of sanity, but let's see if we can get a clue through the actual London location rather than messing around with clairvoyance. So let's get the London deck and let's have a look. The famous author Agatha Christie has disappeared. You suspect cult involvement and look into the case. Oh, this is right down his alley. Observation, -1. What's his observation? It's now 5 because he's got the private investigator, so he gets 4 dice. 4 normal dice, because he's no longer cursed. Oh, and he gets 1 6. That's good enough. Whoop. Right. So, if you pass, you find messages sent by the author from another world. Spawn 1 clue on each space containing a gate. Woohoo! Well, we could have got 3, but Hank rather successfully closed the Cairo gate. So we only get, but we get two. We get one on the Sahara Desert and one on the Nile River. They're both on the Egypt board. This is fabulous. We're spawning some clues exactly where we want them. So let's grab two. Just grab two of these. There's one and there's another. And we'll put those on the Sahara Desert and the Nile River. Fantastic. Right, so that's Joe's encounter phase. And now our last investigator for the encounter phase is Monterey Jack, and he's at Rome. I'll just slightly reposition the camera. Here's Monterey a little bit more centre stage. Right, Rome, well, it's the same deck. So let's drag it out. And let's have a look. Rome. That's Istanbul. You ask an American priest to tell you the reason for his visit. That is influence -1. I don't think his influence is amazing. No, it's only 2, but he does have 2 focus. So he's going to get 1 die. 5. Yes, yes, yes. You star, Monty. Didn't even have to spend a focus. If you pass, he talks about the Starry Wisdom Church. You gain the Father Maluzzo unique asset. Right, so where's the unique asset deck? Right, we've got about 1 million cards here. So I'm just going to flick through them. Be back in a sec. Hello, well there we are. There's Father Maluzzo. So I shall... right in the middle of the deck, so... I shall shuffle these unique assets again and put them back in the holder. Right, let's have a quick look at the Father. Ally character. Once per round, you may add 1 success to your test result when resolving a will test during a combat encounter. Brilliant, and he's got a reckoning. Roll 1 die on a 4, 5 or 6, gain a blessed condition. Woohoo! Fantastic. His will's at 2, so it'll be essentially be adding 1 success to any will test. That's fantastic. Right, so we'll put him with Monterey Jack. That's brilliant. Right, so this at the back with the others. Replace it. And that is it for the encounter phase, so let's get on with the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are back at the laugh and chuckle phase. I think I've got most of the boards in. Right, needless to say, we could do without a reckoning, but we've gone a few turns now without one, so we're probably due one. And we get one. Tentacles as well. Ah, damn it. Right, omen movement. So that is a blue constellation. We've got the Nile River still open as a gate. So we go down to 10 on the Doom track. And we've got a reckoning. Right, let's go through the mantra. First of all, are there any monsters with reckoning effects? Yes, there's bloody loads of them. Well, there's 2. We've got a deep one. So each investigator on this space loses 1 sanity. There's nobody on that space, so that's okay. The star spawn, which could be nasty. Roll 1 die. On a 1 or a 2, we advance Doom. So let's roll a die. A 6. Yes. Right, so that's it for monsters. I don't think there are any more. No, there aren't. So, whoop, wrong card. Ancient one. So everybody has to move 1 space towards the bent pyramid or they give up 1 sanity. Right, who's going to move what? Well, these two chaps are going to move because they don't mind. They want to get to the pyramids anyway, so that's okay. They're both going to Rome. And because he's got his actual ship ticket now, he doesn't mind either because he can still... Oh, yes, he does. I forgot he could... I thought he could still get down to Cape Town. He actually can't, I don't think. No, he can't. So, or can he? If he moves to the pyramids, he can use a local action to get to Cairo. Cairo's got a shipping lane, which goes to space 17. So that'd be one travel move. Yes, he's going. Yep, he's not going to lose a sanity. It's worked in our favour, gang. He goes to the pyramids. He can use a local path to get to Cairo. From Cairo, there is a shipping lane to Bombay. So he'll do one travel action to Bombay, spend that ticket that he's got, ship ticket, and he can get down to Cape Town anyway. So that doesn't affect us. In your face, Nephren-Ka. Our other chap is Hank, and Hank's going to move as well. He's in Cairo, but he only has to move one space. Yeah. So one space is to the pyramids. It's Cairo to the pyramids. So we'll put him here. So he's at this spot on the board, which is the to the pyramid space. So it's essentially like being here. So that's where he is. So he hasn't lost a sanity. Nobody has lost a sanity. And in fact, everybody has moved a bit nearer where they need to be. So in your face, Nephren-Ka. Didn't think that'd happen, did you? You bony-faced mummy. Cool. Right, rest of the reckoning. Mythos cards. We've got no outstanding Mythos cards, that's fine. Possessions and conditions. We had a bit of a chat about this a couple of turns ago. The general consensus of opinion is you can actually do possessions and conditions at the same time, you know, for each investigator, and we're going to do that because it seems to make sense. I wasn't sure. It does say here, you know, on the Mythos card, possessions are first and conditions, but apparently for each investigator you can sort of run it together. So you do your lead investigator and you do both the possessions and the conditions for that investigator, then the possessions and the conditions for the next one, and so on. So let's have a look. Our first investigator is Harvey. Now all he has is his blessed condition. So come on. A 3. Yes, it keeps it. Fantastic. So that's all he had to look at. So he keeps his blessed condition. That's exactly what we want. Next is Hank. Now Hank's got a hallucination. So he's got to test will. If he fails, he's got to flip the card. Right, Hank. His will is 3. Come on, Hank. We need a success, baby. Yes, 1 success. So he doesn't have to flip the card. That's brilliant. Cool. Yes. So he keeps his hallucination condition for the time being. Then we've got Joe. Joe's got a debt condition. He's got no possessions. He's got a few possessions, but none of them have got a reckoning. So, yeah, some men have come to collect your debt. Flip this card. A sorcerer holds you down and carves a symbol into your forehead. Time to pay what you owe, he says. You attempt to dispel the darkness that fills your thoughts. Test law. Well, he's beast with law now. Come on, son. Got 4 dice. Come on. 5. He passes. Yes. Urgh. Hopefully we get to discard this. Let's read the rest. If you fail, you have no recollections of your actions, gain an amnesia condition. Well, he didn't fail, he passed. we just discard the card. Woohoo! Yeah, in your face, Mr. Sorcerer. Ha ha! Cool. And last up we have Monty. Oh, we've got Father Maluzzo, who we just got, but his has got a good reckoning. Roll 1 die and a 4, 5 or 6. He could be blessed. Come on, let's keep the luck going. 4, 5 or 6. Oh! That would have been a bit of a cheek, I think, if I'd got that. But, yes, cool. We don't lose the card or anything. It just didn't work out for us, unfortunately. But that was very close to a perfect reckoning phase there. Oh, damn it. Right. So that's it for everybody. Yeah, we've done all the possession conditions. So next we spawn a gate. So we don't know where this is going. I think we've had all the Egypt gates now. So this will be a new one somewhere else. And we get Rome. Yes! But I don't think any of these two guys are going to go into it. Or are they? Well, we can have a think about that, can't we? But let's put the gate up. The bad thing, of course, is we're going to get a monster, aren't we? So we're going to have to see what that's going to be. So, monster. Right down to the bottom of the bag. I don't want that bloody wraith back. A goat spawn. Well, it doesn't have a reckoning. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, because normal will check, that seems fine. It's only got 2 toughness, -2 on the strength test. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may gain a dark pact condition to discard 1 monster from any space. Well, I don't fancy that. Not a dark pact. But it's not too bad. It's defeatable. So let's get a monster stand, a green monster stand. And let's pop the goat spawn. Move that out of the way to Rome. That's the gate done. Let's read it. You wrap the towel around some ice and apply it to your injuries, hoping to reduce the swelling. You make a mental list of all the sacrifices that you've had to make and those that you've asked of others. All that terrible loss, and you can't for the life of you think of any good that's been accomplished. This is not good, is it? All for nothing. Event. Shuffle a solved mystery back into the deck unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half the investigators. You know what? We haven't solved the mystery yet. Yes! If there were no solved mysteries, advance doom by 1 instead. I think I've had this before. And I spent the clues to stop the doom going ahead, and then everybody got on me back saying you can't do that, you've got to advance the doom. So I will advance the doom. Sure, that's the way we played it last time, so unfortunately we've gone down to 9. But saying that, I would rather do that than put a mystery back. So even though we haven't solved a mystery, let's get this out of the way while we haven't solved a mystery. And we keep our clues, more importantly, because we need clues to defeat those cultists if we can eventually get to the pyramids. So that's that done. It could have been a lot worse. So that, I don't think, was a bad Mythos card, really, even with the tentacles. All we've essentially done is we failed to get Monterey blessed, and we've lost a doom. We've lost a place on the doom track. Other than that, we got away with it a bit, so that's cool. Right, so that's the end of the turn. I'll reinstate the turn reviews, just to let everybody know that that's essentially the end of the turn. If you want to switch off now, go and do something less boring instead, that's fine. But what I'll be doing is I will upload what I've just played, and I'll come back with a bit of a turn review. One of the reasons to do it as well is I just want to show you all where everybody's up to. So I'll show you all the investigator sheets and everything, so everybody knows who's up to where and who's got what. But as I say, if you not interested in that, if you're not interested in the ideas for the next turn, then you can switch off now and go and watch something else in the wonderful world of YouTube. See you in a bit. Hello, back again. Here we are. Again, once again, apologies for pictures of my nose, lug hole, side of face. Sorry about that. I only saw it in the in the editing. It's appalling. I will sort that out. Anyway, let's get to the turn review and not talk about such things again. One other thing I noticed, I did do a test and it didn't show. All we saw was a 3. Just to prove to you it was a 5, if you actually go back, you'll see the 3 is in that sort of, it slides that way, and if you look at the top, it is a 5. Yeah, so that roll that you didn't see, it was a 5. Right, turn review. Harvey. Well, Harvey did really well. So he got himself a free ship ticket, courtesy of the Special Intelligence Services in London. He did a bit of trading, and he had a rest action, got rid of his was it a hallucination or amnesia? See, I've got amnesia condition myself. And Hank did really well, killed the Wraith. Brilliant. Got himself a ship ticket. He had to spend his focus, so it was a good job we got a focus. He hasn't rested, so he couldn't get rid of his hallucination condition, but he did manage to pass on the reckoning on his will check, so that's pretty good. So that's great. Joe Diamond, he's got the clue off Harvey, because Harvey got his clue back, and that meant that he could trade for it. He's also got clairvoyance, and he's got the ancient tome. He's got a ship ticket, so fantastic. Well done. And then we've got Monterey Jack, and what did he do? Yes, he had he ended up having a roam encounter, that's it, and he bumped into Father Maluzzo. Unfortunately, he didn't get a blessing at the reckoning phase, but that's okay. So just to go through everybody, where they're up to and what they've got. Harvey Walters got a ship ticket. He's got 4 stamina. He's got 4 sanity. He's got Henry Wilcox, and he is still blessed. Hank Samson, he's got a ship ticket. He has got 8 stamina still, and he's got 3 sanity. He's still got a hallucination condition, but he's got the Colt revolver and the sledgehammer. Joe Diamond, he's got a clue and a ship ticket. As I mentioned a couple of times, he's now got 4 law, he's got 4 influence, 5 observation with the private investigator. He's got 3 strength, and he has 4 will. He's also got 7 stamina and 5 sanity, and he's no longer cursed, which is important. He's now got the wither and the clairvoyance spells, a .32 Colt pocket, private investigator, and the ancient tome. Monterey Jack still got his treasure map, and he's still got the chance to get down to Cape Town, so that's funky. He's got 2 focus. He's got a clue. He's also got a ship ticket. His bullwhip. He's sealing the old one's unique asset, but he needs a spell that he can get rid of for that. So hopefully one will come along. And he's now got Father Maluzzo, which once per round he can add a success to his will, which is currently at 2. He's at 7 stamina, and he has 4, possibly 5, depending on when FFG get back to Anthony. Possibly 5 stamina. So that's cool. Next turn. Well, I haven't decided on the first player yet. Somebody will probably come up with a good idea, so I'll leave that as Harvey for the moment. What are we going to do next turn? Well, we've closed the Cairo gate, which was something I didn't mention that Hank did. Hank closed the Cairo gate, so that was cool. But we got one at Rome. We also got a bit lucky with the Mythos card, because it's Nephren-Ka on the reckoning has just dragged everyone to where we wanted them to be. There was a minor concern about Monterey Jack, but he can still get to Cape Town. So what are people going to do next turn? Harvey. Well, I think let's get to the pyramids, man. We've got to get to the pyramids, but while he's in Rome, He can get to the pyramids now without using the ship ticket, but we could keep that in reserve. And that means he can do an influence test. So why not do an influence test of something in Rome, and then we shall move to the pyramids, and we'll look to, I think we'll go to Alexandria or Cairo, because we'll have a location encounter there. Try and get clues. Alexandria, he'll go to Alexandria because he doesn't have a clue. So he'll try and get that clue at Alexandria, I think. It'll be a research encounter, so he can't spend it on the cult to get a cultist out straight away. But, you know, he will have a clue then. So he'll do that. Hank Samson, well, Hank is currently at the pyramids. He can go pretty much anywhere on that board. Perhaps let's send him to the Nile River. Let's get him. There are 3 monsters on that space. Let's get him killing, man, because that's what he does. Kill stuff. So we'll get him in there, killing stuff, and hopefully he will be able to close the gate as well. So we'll send him in, sledgehammer at the ready, try and kick off. Good man. Joe, on his way there though, I mean, before he goes there, to get to the Nile River, he does actually have to use a travel action. So yes, he can use a local path to Tar El Amarna, and then he can use a travel action. So he's got 1 spare action. With his spare action, he can either rest to get 1 sanity back, or he can gain a focus. We'll do one of those. I think, oh, he'll rest, because then he can try and get rid of his hallucination. So he'll rest, get a sanity back, and try and get rid of hallucinations. Then he will local path to Tel El Amarna, sorry, and then he will travel action to the Nile River. Joe Diamond. What's Joe going to do? Well, he's going to go to the pyramids as well, but before he moves to the pyramids, you know what? Let's fish for some assets. So he's got 4 influence now, so pick up some assets, and then he'll go to the pyramids. He's got a clue. So let's go to, say, Cairo, somewhere like that. He'll go to Cairo and have a location encounter, hopefully resolve it. Then he can drag one of those cultists in and he can kill it. And we can get our first Eldritch token out of 4 on the mystery. So that's what he's going to do. Because he's doing that, he has to have a location encounter, so it means he can't do clairvoyance. But he might be able to do the ancient tome. So I suppose it's the ancient tome or move. Well, he's going to move it. It'll be the ancient tome or do an influence test for assets in Rome. We'll have a think about that. In fact, I think he'll do the influence. He's got a clue, so we will do the influence test for assets. Monterey Jack, well, got away with it. He can still get to Cape Town. So first thing he's going to do is he's got focus. I don't think we'll get an answer about, you know, that taking a sanity off, moving to the bent pyramid thing till after Christmas now, till after New Year. So I think he will rest. We'll get it up to 5, and then he will do his travel, get all the way down to, oh no, in fact, no, he can get all the way down to Cape Town first, and once he's in Cape Town, then he can test influence as well. Why not? See if he can get something. There's a secret page or a King James's Bible, or perhaps he can get the urban guide or treasure hunter. If he gets 2 successes, he can take a bank loan out, can't he, and get a treasure hunter or an urban guide. Leave the Bible and the secret page for somebody like Harvey or Joe. Possibly Joe. Joe's quite good on law now. Yep, so that's it. Any other ideas for what to do next turn? Who to be first player? That sort of stuff. By all means, pile it out there, and we can have a chat about it. Right, so overall, quite a successful turn, I thought. Considering it was a bit of a git of a Mythos card, we got away with it to some tune. So, glad to know the old Catweazle luck's come back. Again, apologies for anybody who saw the horrific sight of my lug hole and the side of my face several times and my nose obscuring the board. I'll sort something out to make sure that doesn't happen in the future. Right, so that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing. If people haven't stopped subscribing after seeing the inside of my ear. And thanks very much for all the comments. Thanks very much for all the views and all the discussions and so on and so forth. Thanks very much. Right, so that's the end of turn 3 of Eldritch Horror, Nephren-Ka. I hope you join me next time for turn 4. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.